Warning, this video contains uncensored images of the 2012 real-grade Zeta Gundam that some may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh my god, everyone run! Panic! Ah, help! Run! Look out! It's coming! Run, everyone! Oh no! Ah! Run! Don't be scared! Run! Ah! Look, there it is! Ah! Despite the huge amount of comments and concerns I got about this, I did in fact go out and get the real grade Zeta Gundam as my first real grade model. And in fact, not only my first real grade, my third ever Gunpla. This is an older kit that is infamously bad. It seems like everywhere I read, either in comments or online, this is the hand grenadiest of hand grenades that you can find. And many people kept reminding me that it was a terrible idea, I shouldn't do it, do something else, for the love of God, Paul, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to yourself, etc, etc. But all of those comments just made me want to do it more. I wanted to know, what is this model? I want to get a couple of things out of the way first to alleviate some of the concerns that I got in the comments, to make sure that you understand that I understand what I'm getting myself into. Firstly, there's always some concerns when I talk about these models that I'm going to pick the wrong one and that's going to sour me on the entire hobby. I know what I'm getting into. From what I've read in the comments, I was fully prepared to not complete this model, to get really frustrated, to get very, very angry. But I also feel like I'm level-headed enough to know that that is what I'm opting into, and that is not representative of what Gunpla is in the modern age. So don't worry about this being my, oh, I hate Gunpla now because of this one model. I'm smart enough, I hope, that that is not going to be a problem. Second, there's a lot of questions of why. Why would I do this myself? Well, first of all, content. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this. Reason number two for doing this is I think this is a unique perspective to actually build this model from. This is my third ever model, my first ever real grade. I feel like this is quite an interesting way to actually explore this model that you might not get in other places. Either reviews or information about this is probably going to come from people who have built a lot and know more about Gunpla, and so they'll have some comparisons in their head of what things should do. I don't have those comparisons. And thirdly, I want to see what all the fuss is about. The amount of comments, the vitriol I've heard about this model. What's it all about? What makes it so bad? I'm so curious and so interested in that. Unlike the Death Scythe Hell video, I'm not really going to talk too much about the build and about the quality of it because we know it's old, right? All the problems I might have with it have probably been fixed. And because I'm still getting comments on my Death Scythe Hell video to this day that it's an old model, I don't want that again for this one. So let's just get that out of the way. It's an old model. There's going to be problems. So bearing all of that intro in mind, all of that stuff, this model, this absolute piece, this pile of colored plastic was completely fine. Yeah. It was fine. I'm legitimately really disappointed. I had very little issue with it. It was fine. I enjoyed it. It didn't take me that long. It only took a few hours and it went together quite nicely. Genuinely, when I finished it, I was like, is that it? Was that all the fuss is about? Did they update the model? Have I got a new printed version? Did they fix some stuff? Is it because I've not done a more modern real grade and some of the quality of life changes that I would be used to that would frustrate me not having in this model? I don't know what I'm missing. So basically, ignorance. I mean, it certainly wasn't easy. It was definitely a challenge, but it wasn't that difficult. I think had more problems with Death Scythe Hell, probably because it was my first one. I was honestly just more impressed and just fascinated by the technology going into it. And this is probably technology that has been improved way more over time, but the fact that some of these pieces that come on the sprue have moving parts as part of the mold is insane to me. Like, this entire underskeleton of moving parts is so cool. And yeah, some of the bits are a bit stiff. It did feel like, oh, am I going to snap this? But at the end, it really wasn't that bad. A couple of little bits kept falling off, but there were tiny bits that could just stick back on. I really didn't have much problem with the actual structure of this thing. And this time, I basically didn't read any of the Japanese because, like people were saying, you don't really need to. There were some parts of this where it looks like there was a lot of text, so I wanted to double check. And there was, in fact, one instruction specifically that was very useful to translate. This instruction here basically talks about when you get it out of the sprue, be careful not to clip these parts. And that part was quite close to where it's connected to the sprue. So I'm glad I read that just in case I thought it might have been a bit of extra sprue or a bit of the connection when I re-looked at it. There were a couple of bits which I did find frustrating, but not for that long. The first bit was the stickers. And in the nicest possible way, frankly, they can fuck off. I'm not putting these tiny little circle stickers on the little connector bit here to make it look slightly nicer. No, I've tried it. It didn't really work. They're far too small and didn't really change how it looked. So no thank you. There are obviously a lot of stickers, a lot of decals I can put on this thing. I'm probably not going to bother because I like the way it looks anyway. Secondly, this chest part here was a struggle. I think there's part of the snapping this I-10 piece into the back didn't quite work, and it took me a long time to try and wedge that in. Probably the longest and most difficult part. And when it finally got in, it did fit quite snugly, and then the mechanism to then kind of pull it over the head works quite well. I can understand some of the criticisms. It certainly wasn't easy, and now that it is put together, I can see where some of the failure points are going to come in. Especially with these older pieces, maybe they aren't constructed in a way that has as much longevity, so they will start to fall apart if you play with it too much. Now, speaking of playing with it too much, no, not that. There is one thing I haven't mentioned, and it's probably something that people are leaving in the comments already, so stop. I know what you're doing. I can tell when you haven't watched the whole video and you leave a comment, because like, it's usually a comment about something I've addressed. This model transforms. This model transforms between Gundam mode and Planedom mode, and this might be where all the criticism comes from. Whilst the build itself was actually fine, and I didn't really have that much trouble with it, perhaps the criticisms of its hand grenadiness and the fact that the pieces come all loose and start having problems is based on the fact it has to transform. What I wanted to do is get this part of the video done first. Basically, I wanted to line up all of that hubris to completely go against it when I try and transform, and then it becomes horrible, and then all of the criticisms are valid, and I hate it, blah, 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 blah. This transformation system's like 5 pages long, and it wouldn't really be fair of me to, you know, rate and review and talk about this model without fully exploring what the model can or should be able to do. The fun thing about building it is knowing that it transforms, you can see where the transformation is going to happen. Put the head on, then you have to pull the head up to allow the chest to come round. There's a lot of little bits like that which are very cool to put together. But now that it is all together, I imagine it's going to be a bit of a pain to transform, but that's something we have to deal with. And I want to do this a little differently. And in order to do that, I need to replace these hands with these hands. Yes, I'm going to record live me attempting to transform this. Rather than doing this and doing post-commentary, I want you to get my immediate reaction to actually trying to transform this thing, because so far, I've not been frustrated. So if all of the problems with this Gundam are in this part, then I think the live reaction is going to be quite funny. So I think without further ado, I think we should get into it. So this is obviously the dreaded, and warning for anyone sensitive, this is the Zeta Gundam. Put together. I did the gun, and this cool shield thing that moves, which I'll try and move later because it's a bit weird and complicated at the moment. So let's try and transform this. So the transformation system is many pages, and I think we should see how it goes. So first of all, I am aware you need to change the hands. Step 1. Okay, so immediately something's fallen off. Two things have fallen off. The hand grenade might be, you know, a little bit. Yeah, that's fallen off there. It's starting. So yeah, it's like some of those bits here, so you see how that fell off? It is quite loose, to be fair. Not the worst thing to... Again, not the worst thing to put back on. It's already falling apart. As I was saying with this, it goes woo, which is fun. Right. So, arms down by his side. Yeah, you can see how like stiff that one is and how much looser, and also it fell off already. This bit is going to fall off all the time. I don't know if maybe because this bit here is not quite aligned. Maybe it's because I actually missed a bit of trimming there, but we're going to see that come off a lot. So yeah, you rotate it so that the arms are, I think, that way. And then this bit comes up. Thusly. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then head go down. Yeah. That bit come off. This little bit here needs to come up. Not the whole thing. Just that bit. There. So again, yeah, you can see this kind of stiffness. Probably if I actually had that on camera. Cool. We're almost there. One moment. Oh, okay, that's fine. I think that's basically saying these bits here go in, and then this comes all the way. Yeah, I had this problem before with the centenary thing. It sometimes gets a bit stuck. I think that's meant to come up, like so. And then these bits come out. All the way out? We'll work it out. What's that saying? Shoulders? Is that shoulders coming up, maybe? And then this comes down. What's fallen off? That bit. Come back to that layer. That bit go down? So many pieces are falling off now. I believe that bit should go down. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah, you see this rail here? That should go down. Oh, more pieces falling off. But that bit fell off again, obviously. I mean, that looks right. Maybe. We'll roll with that. We'll roll with that and see what happens. It feels like it should come down more if that's his head. No, that's his head there. That looks right. That sounds right. We'll sort these bits out later and just hopefully don't lose them. Right, what next? The back. Side? Back? What's this? What is this bit? Hang on. Oh, that's the side. So this bit here... Right, I know these bits have to come off eventually anyway, I think. So let's... Uh-oh. 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 I'm deconstructing the whole thing. Yeah. Go back in there, you little shit. There you go. Right, so that bit was on there. This bit go up? This bit go up, really? Do it go up? Do it go up? Do it go up? So it feels like it should. Like, it feels like this bit here... There! Yes, this bit do go up, indeed. Does it go up more than that? I'm gonna go with no. That bit up. That bit down. And then... What is this? Oh, these are the legs. What? So something's coming already falling apart. Oh, actually, which way around should they go? Uno momento. Stops falling off. Why are you facing sideways? What are you looking away from me for? And that one should be that side. I think. Face front. That's come up. These bits then... fall off. Right, we'll sort that out in a sec. It looks like, yeah, the entire hip comes up. Something drops down. Is that? Yeah, so this is from the back. From the front? Yeah, this is from the back. Front. Front? Back? Back. The leg should go up. What's doing that? Like this? I might need some I might need some assistance. Help me, Google. Lift both legs and move them to the position shown in the diagram. Let's have a look at this mechanism in here. What's the position it's meant to be? So where are those legs? Oops, something got off. What's that? How's this bit? Stay in there. Stay in there. So, oh wait, I think I see it. I'm gonna take that off. It's like a... Oh, that's cool. Then where does this go? Because that bit needs to presumably stay. I think this is like a kind of 90-degree-ish rotation-y thing where you do that. It's saying to do this without moving the hands. I don't know how you do that. Yeah, it's this bit here that's quite stiff. There we go. And then the hands... We'll sort the hands out eventually. This is a very funny-looking Gundam now. I might just keep it like that. Then... Oh my god, what is this? Are they coming forward into here? Yeah, they are. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. So now he's really ready to rumble. And then... What was that bit? Oh, these bits come down. And then fall off. These bits, for some reason, are really not playing nice. Did I put them together wrong? Like, these weren't falling out before. They're just gonna go there, I think. What's this? All these flaps come down, that's fine. Flaps can go down. And then this... Where's that going? So... That's the nose, which I think is this bit here. Oh, it clips onto... One stand up straight, because I actually need it to be straight now, so I can clip this here to there. Really? Really? Oh! 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 That's cool. I didn't even notice that. There's like a... Whoop, whoop. Oh, and it probably doesn't want the... How did this grenade launcher thing? Is that alright to be there, or is that going to get in the way? Oh, that might actually get in the way. Uh-oh. Oh, it comes out easily. That's fine. Less uh-oh than required. I feel like that should be out more, but we'll go for it. Oh, no, that looks a bit better. I think, yeah, it was the grenade thing, I think, that might have been blocking it. And that goes into... Is there a place for it? Is it the very tip? Okay, so this bit here is going into... Into where? I assume that needs to be fully extended, which it is. Fully extended, flipped at 180, facing forward. Yeah, I've got that bit there, flips onto that, and then... I feel like it goes into there, right? What's this like little tag at the end? Is that where it goes into? Sorry, I'm going to have to get a closer look at this instruction. No, it's below that. It's actually there. But I feel like this is in the way. Am I wrong? Like, it's saying there should be a gap there, essentially. Give me more translate. Maybe that was a bit earlier on that I didn't do right. Oh, out. Oh, I think I missed a step, actually. Are the arms... Oh, that's not good. That's a bit that sucks to put back in. Hang on. This bit sucked to get. Hang on. He's caught on his own legs. I think I've seen the bit I've missed. So these arms come out much more, and that's the bit I missed. They're actually on that rail there, so now they're a lot more snug there. But I do feel like I've done something wrong here. Okay, it makes a lot more sense now. Something's still not right there. I think that's meant to be like that. Something is not quite right here. So I'm going to have to explore that. What did I miss? Ah, there's something here. Obviously, I've got pieces all over the bloody place, but... What's this bit? Turn the cockpit 90 degrees. No, not that. That's just pulling the piece off. Oh no, that's what that bit is. Keep it flat like that. Is that too high still? Does this actually come further down? Oh, maybe. Now that the arms are a bit different. I feel like it should fill that gap, right? That's... Okay, I didn't realise only that bit had fallen off. Whoops. It still doesn't feel right, though, because it feels like this here shouldn't be there. And that's the gap above. Let's look a bit further ahead. No, I think those should have stayed. Now I can't remember where they went. But we'll keep them off for now, because I think it'll be easier to work this out. So, am I doing something wrong? Probably. Because I also don't see... Can this come down? Nope. That's definitely doing a thing. And I think that's what it does. I think I'm correct up until we try and get this in. Surely that doesn't make sense. It's telling me there's a gap. But there isn't one. There's this bit. Do you... Well, that's unfortunate. How's that come off? Where has that come off? Wait. Is that actually... Oh, no. Oh, okay, so that's actually just broken. Is it? Yeah. That has actually just now broken. Interesting. Oh, that's why that fell out. Because it should be in there. Ah. That's interesting. Okay, okay. One moment.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
So I wanted to show the exact issue we've got going on here. So basically, this is sheared off here. So this mechanism for the legs should be one entire piece. And obviously at some point it has obviously got stressed, I've stressed it out and it's snapped. Which has caused this bit to fall off and assumedly... But strangely not that bit. That bit seems to be stuck in. So that bit's quite solid. But obviously the other leg falls off. And the consequence of that is that this bit here, which is meant to be, you know, stuck in there, could now obviously fall out because the legs aren't forming that circle to keep that in there. So, I need to decide what to do. I think if I glue it, it shouldn't affect the mechanism, because the mechanism hinges there. There's no mechanism that hinges here. Obviously, it's going to cause it to be a bit more brittle, but my intention is probably to keep it in the plain form, because I kind of like the plain form. It'd be nice to have a plain one, and also, I'm not putting this back together. I found it. Thank you to, I'll link their video in the description of how to do it, Umbroly on YouTube. Fantastic. This piece here actually opens up. I didn't realize that. I'd also actually managed to get those bits on. Not sure what I'm going to do about the legs, but we'll come to that later. So hopefully, now this makes more sense. There is now a piece for this to go here and then there. Whoops. Or just, I can just mash everything. Oh, the antennas are getting a bit bent. That's fine. Maybe I don't need to push it as hard as I thought. So, but at this point, you'd normally then have these wings would be on here. Actually, without the legs, it's way easier. What are you on about? What does this mean? What is this? Oh, I think I see what it's saying. It's basically saying, I think it's basically saying that. We're saying it's that. And then, yeah. Yes. Yes? Maybe. I mean, kind of. That looks kind of spaceshipy. You extend the wings? How did this work? There's a way to do this. There's like a winged piece in here that extends, but I can't remember where to grab it from. That one's come off. Good. Great. Fantastic. There. Come on. That bit there should also move. Come on, you. There. And then up. Up. Yeah. Look. Yeah. But that looks like a plane. Kind of. Then I'm assuming these bits kind of come... Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. They do indeed come across. If they stop falling off. And then what? Oh, that's got to do with the legs. Let's stop here for a second whilst I work out what to do with the legs. That wing just fell off. Okay, I did it. Eventually. I've had to try and superglue this leg back on of where I broke it a few times, and it keeps... I'm being impatient, so it's not actually fixing, but it's currently in there, and I can put it back in, and I can wedge it in, so this is done. I like it, it looks cool. Pro tip, never, ever try to transform this thing. So what have we learned today? We've learned that the hand grenade that everyone thinks is a hand grenade is in fact a hand grenade. But I still don't think the RG Zeta is actually that bad. It's not the worst thing in the world that everyone's saying it was. Yes, I did break mine. It took me about 2 hours just to transform it, and I'm never ever going to touch it again. But it's such an interesting model, such a cool piece with all these fun mechanics. The transformation, whilst difficult and annoying and very janky, is still really cool and interesting to me. And if there are real grades out there that have improved upon this and made them even more rigid and more stable, then absolutely Gundam, really cool. I'm definitely going to get more. If this is the absolute worst that Gunpla has to offer, then it's really not that bad. And I can't wait to try something that's a bit more modern to really see what the differences are, to see how much has been improved over the past 10 or so years. I can definitely see that if this is your very, very first Gundam, or you've done a lot of Gundams before and then tried this one, that it would be very frustrating. As a first Gundam, it's difficult, and then when you try and do the transformation, you're going to break it. That's no good. If you're experienced, you've already used to a bunch of the quality of life or the more modern ones, you try this one, you're going to be frustrated that it just doesn't work as well as the new ones. But I feel like I've got this in the right place where I'm still curious and interested and excited by all the new stuff that I'm seeing, and I don't have enough points of reference to really get frustrated by how bad it is, because really, this is not that bad to me. I've gotten way more frustrated trying to get arms with guns onto Warhammer models than I did with this. Would I recommend buying it? No. To be honest, I think that YouTube comments are correct in saying that this is not a good model. You're gonna have a much better time with any other Gunpla, and they're all good. I just wanted to experience this because I'm an idiot. But it also gives me a point of reference when I build my next Gundam, which is probably gonna be a real grade. I haven't bought one yet, so if you have any recommendations for really cool and interesting real grades, let me know in the comments below. And let me know below if you've got any horror stories from your own RG Zeta Gundam or any other bad models. And if there are worse models than this, I want to know. I want to see what the worst of the worst Gundam is. But now that is all. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, go and like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.